I'm going to be ranking the best centers right now in NBA 2K23. My team, we have a tier list here ranking from S that goes all the way down to D tier, and we have about 25 of the best center cards in my team right now. Guys, let me know in the comment section down below who do you guys think are the best centers in the game, and let me know what you guys think about my tier list. But looking at the first center here is going to be Galaxy of Pau Gasol. Now, I don't think this card's really too great at the center position. I do think he's probably actually a little bit better at power forward, but I think you still got to give Pau Gasol somewhere in that B tier category because he is 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan. His defense is going to be very solid, having a 90 block, 94 interior defense with an 86 steal and an 82 perimeter. He can also space out the floor pretty well with a 93 pointer, 92 mid-range. He has Hall of Fame catch and shoot, Claymore, corner specialist, limitless range, and a very solid jump shot. It's not a great release, but it definitely is very solid. So I'd say Pau Gasol is probably somewhere in that B tier category. Me personally, I would take Galaxy Chet over Pau Gasol just because of his defense, and obviously the player model as well is a lot better on Chet. I mean, if you guys have run this card at center, he's actually maybe even a better center than he is power forward just because of his player model and the fact that he's such a good defender with a 7-foot wingspan, obviously being 7 foot tall, and then he's got a 97 block, 92 interior defense. He's got tons of good Hall of Fame defensive badges like anchor, box out beast, chase on artist, clamps, interceptor, pogo stick, post lockdown, rebound chaser. He can finish on the rim, he can space the floor, has a pretty decent jump shot. So for me personally, I think Chet is just pretty much better at everything than Pau Gasol. I say he's got a better jump shot, better defender, faster, and better at finishing around the rim. So for me, I think Chet probably going to be somewhere in that A tier category. Andre Drummond really isn't that great. Like, he can grab rebounds, play some solid defense. I think he's only got a 63 ball, but if you can green with it, then he's really not that bad of a center. So I'd say he's probably somewhere in that C tier category. Walker Kessler, I feel like for me personally, is probably going to be high B tier or low A tier. I think he's going to be kind of in that B plus range. He's a very good defensive center. Once again, just like Chet, he's 7 foot with a really good wingspan and player model as well. You take a look at the defensive stats, he's got a 95 interior defense and a 99 blocks. I mean, this card's a great shot blocker. He gets a lot of contests. I just wish he was a little bit faster. And honestly, I don't really like his jump shot too much, but if he was a little bit faster and had a better release, then I think he would definitely be in that A tier category. For me, I think Claxton is honestly better than a Pau Gasol and better than a Walker Kessler. I think this new Claxton card, obviously from the Tuesday drops, I think he is such a good big man that I feel like not that many people are talking about as being a legit like top 10 maybe center in the game, maybe even higher on the list, like top 7 or 8. Like, he is really that dominant at the center position, and it really comes down to his defense and just his versatility on both sides of the ball. He's got a 98 block, 95 interior defense, so he's basically just a better Walker Kessler on the defensive end. I think his jump shot's a lot better than Kessler. He's got the MJ dribble style, normal leaner, so he can move a little bit better than Kessler and Pau Gasol. And then his badges are about the same, maybe a little bit worse because obviously he is a diamond card, but all around I would take Claxton at the center position over Walker Kessler and Pau Gasol. Next center though is going to be Dino Raja, who I do believe is actually a top 5 center in the game. If you guys don't know, S tier is going to be my top 5 centers, and I do believe Dino is a top 5 center. Like, he is really that dominant with an 8-foot wingspan, plays really good defense. He can move for your center. He can take other slower centers off the dribble really well with his defensive size up and his dribble sig. So I would say Dino, for me personally, is going to be an S tier. Pick Diamond D-Rob, I think you got to throw in A tier. Obviously, his Dark Matter version will most likely be an S tier. Yeah, he definitely will be an S tier, but his Pink Diamond version, I still think you probably got to throw in A tier just because the fact that he's still a very good defensive center. He's got like 87 speed, so it's not like he's a slow center. The only problem with this card is that the fact that his jump shot's on normal timing. If we're looking at his jump shot on quick with his Dark Matter, he would possibly even be in the S tier category as well. But for me, I think D-Rob just barely gonna miss out of the S tier category. Mark Eden, for me personally, I do understand the reason why people like this card, and the reason why people run this card is because of his defense. He's 7'4", has a great player model, and is probably one of the best, centers to guard Yao Ming with. So I do understand why people run Yao Ming. For me personally, I need a center that can shoot the 3 ball. Doesn't have to be the best 3-point shooter, doesn't have to be like a Kristaps Porzingis, for example, doesn't have to be a sniper, but just a guy that can knock down a 3, at least if he's wide open. Like, even a Pink Diamond Cream, I like a lot more than Mark Eden because of the fact that at least he can shoot the ball. So for me personally, I'll still throw him in B tier. For me personally, he'd probably be D tier because I just can't use a center that can't shoot the 3 ball. But I think a lot of people do like this card. I would throw him somewhere in that B tier category. Kevin Garnett is very similar to a guy like Chet. I think they're both probably better at the power forward position. position. I don't think KG is better than Dino at center, mainly due to Dino's player model and his 8-foot wingspan, but KG's more of a power forward. Just wanted to throw him on this list because he can play that center position as well and still be pretty decent. Channing Frye, honestly, I think he's got to go in C tier. He's just a budget Diamond Porzingis, but I think both those guys would probably be in C tier at this time of the year just because they're not great defenders. They can shoot the 3-ball and they're good budget centers, but for a best center card tier list, I think they do got to be somewhere in C tier. Hakeem Olajuwon, I feel like is the perfect B tier center at this stage in my team. I would say he's probably better than Powell and maybe better than Walker Kessler. That's kind of a close debate. Really depends on whose jump shot you prefer. I like Hakeem's jump shot a tiny bit more, but obviously Kessler is going to be the better defender. So I think for me personally, Hakeem Olajuwon going to be in that B tier category. Dark Matter Kristaps, I mean, I don't think there's any debate on this question. I don't think anybody would ever really debate this, but yeah, Kristaps easily going to be a top 5 center. I do believe he's probably the second best center in my team right now. So yeah, easily going to be in that S tier category. Joel Embiid, I think is a solid center, and I think you probably got to go either high B tier or low A tier. For me personally, I don't really like his jump shot too much, but I will still give him the A tier category because I know he's got good defense. He's got a really good player model. His jump shot is easy to green once you do get used to it. It is a little bit hard to time at first, but like I said, once you get used to the release, it's pretty good. Valanciunas, I would say probably either B or C tier, and honestly, I like this JV card, but I don't think he's on the same level as a Kessler or a Pau Gasol or Mark Eden. I'm gonna throw JV in the C tier category. Another really good budget center, but I feel like for this card tier list, gotta be in my C tier spot. Chris Kaman, I think is actually pretty solid. I would say he's probably somewhere in that middle, maybe high B tier. I don't know if I personally like him more than a guy like Chet, Pink Diamond, D-Rob, KG, Claxton. I do think he's kind of that one step down. He is a 7-foot center, has a decent jump shot and plays solid defense, but I would still say he's probably somewhere in my B tier. Yao Ming, I think you still got to say is the best center in the game, so obviously going to be a top 5 center in the S tier category. I don't think many people can debate with that. I mean, he's just the most broken, most glitchy card in the game, and that's not even close. Like, if we're talking about glitchy, broken, most easy to use card, it is 1,000,000,000% Yao Ming. He's unstoppable on the offensive end, plays really good defense, and overall is just a mismatch on both sides of the ball. So super valuable card to have Yao Ming, and I think easily going to be the best center in the game. Kristaps is a close second, but I think you got to give it to Yao Ming in my opinion. Olowokandi going to be an easy A tier center, still plays very solid defense, and I actually like his jump shot a lot more than probably some other people would. Like, he's got really good defensive stats, 92 interior defense, 95 block, 86 steal, 84 perimeter. He can finish around the basket pretty good with a 95 driving dunk, 90 standing dunk, and he's got some pretty good Hall of Fame defensive badges like anchor, box with beast, brick wall, and post lockdown. So nothing crazy badges wise, but he's got like 85 speed for your center, which is pretty good. He's got kind of a quick jump shot for a 7-foot card, right? He's got the MJ dribble style, Kobe Bryant escape, Steph Curry behind the back. He's got the normal leaner as well. So all around, I think Olowokandi is going to be, for me at least, an easy A tier center. Pink Diamond Cream, I think is just going to be that one step down. I still feel like he's a really good center, and if you can time his jump shot very consistently, then I think he's probably in the A tier category. But I would say for most people, and myself included, like, I can green with him wide open, but I would still rather take any center in A tier over Pink Diamond Cream. But I'd say him and Kessler are probably my two favorite centers in that B tier category right now. Pink Diamond Cat, I don't even know why I threw him on this tier list. I think he's got to go D tier. I would take Channing Frye. I would take JV. I would take Andre Drummond even over this Pink Diamond Cat card. I think you got to go D tier. He's just really not that great of an option. Marc Gasol, I would say is probably either high B tier or low A tier. Do I like Joel Embiid over him? I'm not exactly sure. I think I'm going to swap him and Embiid because me personally, for my playstyle and just jump shots, I like more. I like Marc Gasol's release a lot more than Joel Embiid, and I think defensively, they're about the same. So I would switch Marc Gasol, throw him into the A tier category because I like him over Embiid. I like him over every other center besides Walker Kessler. So I think I'm also going to move Kessler up into the A tier category because I like Kessler more than every other center in that B tier category, and I feel like he deserves to be alongside, Claxton, Olowokandi, and Marc Gasol as well. JaVale McGee, I think, is basically just another Cream. I think he's a little bit worse than Cream. They both don't have the highest 3-ball, but they have decent jump shots, and they're going to be very good rebounders and very good defenders. So I think JaVale McGee going to be somewhere in my B tier category. Looking at Dark Matter D-Rob, like I said, easily going to be in the S tier category. One of the best centers in my team. Even though I do think he's better at power forward, he's still probably the 3rd best center in the game. Talking about Moses Malone, now, I'm not exactly sure where to put Moses because it's a little bit weird to have him, I would say, in the S tier category because not that many people have this card, and I would say most people probably play him at power forward, so I'm not exactly sure if I want to throw him in that S tier category, but we'll keep him in A tier for now and see where we do want to put him. Nate Thurman, I think, is also A tier. I think he's a super underrated center card. Like, if you guys have him from completing Clutch Gem Online, you'll know, like, he is actually a very, very underrated center. So for me personally, I would say Nate Thurman going to be an A tier, and then final center on this tier list is going to be Wang ZZ, and I would probably throw him in that C tier category alongside Channing Frye, just a little bit outdated at this point in my team when we're talking about the best centers in the game. So now we do have to move one of these centers from A tier into the S tier category. I do think Moses is the best center out of the bunch, but if you want to go for a typical center, it honestly is Pink Diamond D-Rob. I know it might sound crazy to say, but I think these are the top 5 centers in the game if we're not counting Moses as a primary center, because Yao Ming's 1, Kristaps is 2, D-Rob's 3, Dino's 4, and then I think probably Pink Diamond D-Rob is the 5th center in the game. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my center card tier list, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.